I will call our Community Services Committee meeting to order. First item up is disclosure of pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof. And I'm seeing none.
No.
Item 3 is adoption from our previous minutes, which are from our June the 2nd meeting. Kimberly?
I thought it was May the 5th.
Actually, sorry, we had a June 2nd meeting that we had quorum.
Yep.
So it's meeting from our June 2nd.
Yep.
So that, okay, moved by Kimberly. Is there a seconder?
I will.
All in, oh, sorry, I should have asked, is there any errors or omissions that need to be brought up? I didn't see any, but I didn't know if anybody else. No, seeing none. I'll call the, actually, I'll just wait for Kimberly to come back because I think I need her for the vote. Or do I have quorum right now? Right, Casey, you're on mute there.
You do have quorum, but I think because she moved it, she needs to be.
Right. Yeah. Kimberly, can you hear us?
Come back, Kimberly.
We'll pause that vote until Kimberly. I will circle back for that motion to be approved.
Okay.
I'm going to go out of order, and it's just make some sense. Why don't you talk about item 4? We're going to go to nope. Okay. Now Kimberly's back. We can approve the minutes from our June 2nd.
I thought we did that already. I'm so sorry. I wouldn't have left. What I had to get. I apologized for holding everybody up.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. And that's carried. Thank you. Item 4.3 is the Ted Lowe's Garden Configuration Park update. Barb, tell us about this beautiful garden.
Well, next week, Bernie and I and anyone else who wants to join in, we will be cleaning up the garden just to make sure it's in tip-top shape for the judges the following week. Other than that, Zares donated $100 of annual plants, which we planted, and thank goodness we got a little bit of rain to keep them going because it's hard to transplant plants when we did. It's so hot. But anyway, so thanks to Zares again for a contribution. I sent a little note to them. Other than that, there's not too much. Lots of butterflies, not as many monarchs as there should be. But anyway, that's what's happening in the world.
Great. Can I ask when you're meeting next week at Ted Lowe's?
As I say, I don't know for sure. It depends on the weather. It depends on around Bernie's schedule. Yeah, I don't know. I guess if anybody is free, if you could just send me a little message and I'll, let you know whether we're going to be there, and feel free to go without us.
Yep.
It's always weeds to be picked.
Stay tuned. We're going to start. I'm going to start another email for the committee as we are now at the 2-week countdown for the judges. So area ready because it is a major part of our tour. So we do want that looking the best it can possibly look. It will be a showcase destination for the judges. So that will be, we'll start that and everybody can just weigh in. Barbie can just let us know when it will be, and everybody can just say, hey, I can make it. Okay.
The other thing is we had a bit of problems with graffiti. The yellow bench had somebody tag it with black marker or black paint, I'm not sure which. And I also did one of the steps. Now that was back in the winter and we had to wait till the good weather. So I had some yellow spray paint and I fixed the step and the bench, and within a few days, the tagger was back. So we know it's somebody who is in the garden quite regularly, same tag and everything. So I'm going to wait till just before the judges arrive and then I'll spray paint it and hopefully it'll be nice. But again, that's part of the story, that trying to keep, but we don't want them to know about vandalism, I guess. And putting it on social media just attracts attention to it. So I don't want to do that either. So
It's all,
The best thing is to say nothing and just simply clean it. That's it.
Yeah.
I just was thinking is that maybe we should, appeal to the tagger and say, hey, we have special guests coming. So can you postpone between this day and this day? And then you can tag all you want after that.
I think they'd even get more creative, Kimberly, and then the whole park would be,
No, I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's
Yeah, I'm really glad they didn't go back and tag the step, because luckily they tagged it on a yellow that was matching to the spray paint. If I had to go and get custom paint to do like on one of the other steps, it wouldn't have been as nice. So I'm glad they left it alone. But that bench, they kind of went bigger and better. So
overall, if you haven't been to Ted's Garden, it's beautiful. You should take a walk over.
Yeah, it's nice. I biked through there the other day. Mhm.
Okay, we'll flip up to item 4.1. Kimberly, anything on the website that, no, we're good?
No, are you going to send that letter that we got from Communities in Bloom to Mike, or can I just send it to him?
Mind just flipping it right to him? For
Yep.
me?
Yep,
That'd
I'll
be
send
great.
it to Mike.
I sent it to the Beacon only because I had told them last week when we did the other article on the garden, when they were coming, but there wasn't really a whole lot of information available.
Right.
So I said that you might have already done that, but I just wanted to make sure that they got it as early as possible.
Yeah, no, I haven't sent it.
Okay, that's
to
good.
Anybody in the media?
It's done.
Okay,
Oh, so
Because
you already
Chris-
sent it to the Beacon? Okay.
Yeah, Chris was in the garden last week, so yeah, I just sent it to him so he knows what's going on.
The
hey, Barb.
Can I
Hi,
ask
sorry.
a question? Just in regards to the garden contest, everybody is going to be picked by tomorrow. Is that right? Is that what your thoughts are, Barb?
Well, we're hoping that the
Nominations.
nominations are in by tomorrow.
I see,
I
okay.
don't know whether we have this, I don't know whether we have 6 in total. I think we've only got 5. So
I'm going to
encouraging-
be nominating a couple today if I get a chance.
okay, that would be perfect. Yeah.
And then are those people are part of the tour that we're doing?
Oh, I don't know.
So
That's up
the
to,
short answer is maybe. So the next thing that we'll be talking about is the judges tour, the judges visit / itinerary / details. So we can, it's on my, what else can I cram in here in this very short period of time? But anyways, to answer the question about Kimberly's comment about the nominations, so everybody knows nominations are closed. Nominations are until tomorrow. And if you can nominate somebody, or that'd be great. This we have some nominations, and we can hopefully then find an opportunity in the judges' itinerary to showcase some of the winners.
yeah, we've got some nice entries, and Kara, Cindy and I will get together to take a look at the entries and then deliver the prizes. And then we also have a consent form that they sign just so that we're able to put it on social media without being a problem. Also, the Horticultural Society's tour, they would like a list of the winners as well, so that they can ask them to be part of the tour next year. So there is lots going on.
Great, thank you. Okay, item 4.2 / for the rest of the meeting here. The judges are coming, and I think we have a very good draft here of our itinerary for when the judges arrive. There are still what I'll call not to be determined, but still to be finalized. Has everybody got a copy by chance of the itinerary, at least close by, that you can follow along? If not, I'm just going to go through it line by line, and in terms of what action items need to occur. So first off, I got our sponsor. I have Mazda. They're providing us with a vehicle for the judges' visit. It's always nice, so I don't have to throw them in my piece of crap car here and tow them around in it. So we got a brand new snazzy Mazda something or other.
Do you have the magnets to go on the side of the car?
I do not. I'm looking at Casey. I'm saying, Casey, do you happen to know if they're in the care package there?
I'll go through. I'm pretty sure there are magnets, but I can check when I go back downstairs and let you know.
They're circular big magnets saying, can we use
Yeah.
some blue? Do you know which
I
one?
think that's it. Yeah, I think they're there.
Thank you. So yeah, if you can grab them, Casey, and then
Yep.
I'll grab them from you.
Um,
We might
Right.
also want, sorry, one thing, while you're grabbing stuff, the flags, does anybody have the flags, or they returned as well, Casey?
Like what, the teardrop ones? I think they're down there too, the two of them.
Yeah, I'll grab
Yeah.
them from you as well then.
Okay.
So that we can have them at major locations. Okay, Kimberly,
just in regards to the pickup, because I know you're taking the fancy Mazda with the magnets on the side. Where is she flying into? Like, do you know what airport?
I do, nightmare.
Like terminal? Is she at 2
I will
or 3,
confirm that.
1?
It will likely be Terminal 3, but I'll confirm that.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah,
It's
'cause, well,
faster.
Terminal 1 is international, if I'm not mistaken.
It is. I wasn't sure if she was
Yeah.
coming directly from Ottawa or
Yeah, I
she
mean,
was stopping someplace
No,
else.
Ottawa to Toronto. I
Oh, it
tried
should be faster.
to get her to take a train or fly into London or whatever, but even Hamilton, they were just, no, they're going to Pearson. So they're leaving, or sorry, they're flying. He's flying into Pearson. Bob is going to be arriving independently. He's already going to be spending some time at family members in London. So he'll be dropped off in Stratford. Again, I have to confirm that time as well so that we can coordinate the arrivals for both. So I haven't yet been able to get my schedule work out for a pickup in Toronto. So is there anybody who, I'm not asking for a confirmed yes right now, but who might be willing or offer to volunteer to drive Pearson to pick up Tina and drive her back?
I can't, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
and I
just
understand.
too swamped for work, so I can't.
As you can see, I'm living in my car right now.
You're in your car.
Oh my God. Okay, well, we'll figure this one out. But I'll leave that one open. So Tina, if all things go well, arrive at Pearson and there isn't any delays in her departure from Ottawa or any challenges with getting out of Pearson, we would hopefully have her arriving in Stratford for 3. And again, I need to get that confirmed with CIB to make sure there hasn't been any flight changes. But that is the best guess as of 2 weeks out. So that in itself is a bit of a logistical nightmare, but again, it's one thing that we don't have a whole lot of control over. Once they do arrive, we are not going to give them I'm being callous about this, but they're not going to get much time to anything other than judge. There won't be a lot of play time, just because they simply have 24 hours in Stratford, and that's really it. So when they arrive, we have our first tour is going to be at the Stratford Castle Garden, and that is going to be done by Elizabeth Lazarier. She's been working with Anita Jacobson there for the last 5 years. Anita is on holidays, so he is our guide for that point. And she is well versed on the whole area there, so we're excited about having her ride that tour.
What was her last name, Brad?
It's spelled Lazear.
EAR?
EAR, yeah, like your ear.
Yep. And the first name is Elizabeth, is that correct?
Correct.
Yep, okay.
I'll be sending a revised copy of
Yep, no
everything
problem.
as I go here, everybody, but this is just our working draft copy.
And they're staying at the Arden Park for sure? Like
They
that's
are
all been
staying at-
confirmed?
Yeah,
Okay.
correct. I've got 2 nice rooms. I'll say the nicest rooms that we can get at the Arden Park. The Bruce Hotel was full, so there was no opportunity to go there. So the Arden Park was able to work with us. It was a couple nice rooms. And I'm working with their events coordinator, caterer, Lori. She used to work at the Bruce. And when we stayed there 2 years ago, she helped us with coordinating all the arrangements there. So it's just coincident that she's now at the Arden Park, and so I'm working closely with her with all the arrangements. So it's working out very well. So when we depart for our walking tour, the garden at the festival, and then we're going to insert a stop in Upper Queens Park, and we're going to have Winterfest. We're going to have Jamie Cottle and Leslie Spencer Cooper talk about what Upper Queens Park is like, not from 6 months from now. I mean, it's a well-used space all year round, and Upper Queens Park was the location for Winterfest this past year, and it will be for this coming year. So we want to be able to talk about what Stratford is like in the wintertime as well. We're going to be selling the 4 seasons of Stratford. It's kind of a new approach that I want to take on this. Stratford always wants to encourage the 4 seasons, and I think it starts with our judges and letting them know that we have 4 seasons in Stratford, and that we celebrate all year round. So having Jamie Cottle and Leslie talk about Winterfest will be a great opportunity while we're in that area. We are then going to simply move over to the Ted Blows Pollinator Garden, and it will be our major destination that evening. So we'll be spending quite a bit of time in there because it is, yeah, go ahead, Kimberly.
I was just gonna say, because of the fact we're so close to that, and it's really nice what the art gallery has done, maybe just that whole tour at the same time, and then you can chop that baby off the list at the bottom. Because you can do that whole trail system.
Yeah.
Might be just a nice segue.
I agree.
And then they could actually walk back to the hotel.
We plan on walking that whole evening.
Yep. Okay.
You'll be walking from the Arden Park. You'll want to stretch her legs, right? She's been in a plane, she's been in a car, and is going to want to walk and stretch, and she's physically active. So I know that walking, that Upper Queens Park area, no issue at all. So what has not been finalized is dinner that evening and our evening entertainment. Okay, so I know that we've gotten some recommendations about Revival House or the church. I took a look, and they are not open on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So that is not an option. They're only open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we had identified Junction 56 along with pizza and beer as an option, and I still think that unless we come up with something else, that will probably be our second night. Our first night, if I don't come up with anything else, we will likely just stay at the Arden Park unless we can come up with something else either right now or in our email chain that we'll have for the next couple of weeks. Kimberly.
Can I just throw out, because of the fact they've been traveling all day,
Yeah.
Yes, the Arden Park is a good idea, but if they want something that's kind of laid back, maybe we do go to the job site on Tuesday night.
Okay.
And then because of the fact that they're going to be doing their assessment on Wednesday before they leave, is that maybe that night we have dinner at the Arden Park, because then they can just come downstairs. It's a lot more relaxed. They don't have to rush. They can, that kind of thing. And then they can wander back upstairs and it'll be a little quieter for them. Just a thought.
Yeah. Either way, I'm of minds. That logistically works out perfect. I was also wondering if, in terms of the judges getting to meet our committee as a whole and our guests, we could potentially have the sunroom at the Arden Park, so we could have a whole section off and it would be a little bit quieter. That was my thinking as well. I'm totally open. Either way works. I just wanted the judges to be able to see and meet and chat with everybody. The judges value that opportunity to meet with committee members and also members from community. Sorry, folks, one second.
So then to your point then is, if we're going to do that, is that probably we should have it at the Arden on Tuesday in order to pull those people together before they actually do their judging then. Good thought.
That's where I was thinking, but again, this is our brainstorming opportunity here.
And I just thought I'd let you know that on Tuesday, job site is closed. So that, if that, but it is open on Wednesday.
So that, there you go. That essentially makes our decision for us.
Yeah.
So unless we go somewhere else, but ideally, I think the opportunity to have a quiet space for dinner is a way for the judges not to be wholly, trying to have a conversation and it being in a busy restaurant. So that is, now what we do afterwards is, I'm totally open. If anybody's got a suggestion, because I couldn't find anything that was a good fit.
I don't know if this would be acceptable or not, and I'd have to look up, but that I know it's not our town per se, but the museum does Melody at the Museums in St. Mary's. But I don't know what night of the week it is, and it's an outdoor event. So they have somebody come in and they play, for probably about an hour, I think it is. But it's not in Stratford, sorry.
Ideally, I want to capture them and not let them leave the city premises. Sorry, but it's just they're seeing Stratford and Stratford only. They can, rest when they leave and the other communities then. But anyways, I will leave that. I'm asking everybody if you put your thinking caps on, and if you can come up with any type of idea. And again, we do have a budget, so if it means that we have to spend some money, that's okay. But it's just, let's make it a really value added opportunity. So I don't want to get hung up on all these things. I just want to keep moving forward. But so things I'm looking for so far. If you are able to drive, let me know. Evening entertainment, I'm going to go and run with the idea of the dinner at the Arden Park for Tuesday night.
Yep.
A Wednesday morning. So again, if you come up with an entertainment, please let me know. Wednesday morning, we're having Rick Orr meet with the judges. He'll be talking about the park system and the history of the park system and all the because we like to acknowledge to the judges that Stratford is very not unique, but very special in that we have a linear park system, and it stretches a significant, and we have a huge amount of park space, and so giving that history and telling that story is good before they hit the plane, and that's where they go next. Is they is everybody able to hear me okay? Can you give me a thumbs up? I'm getting my internet's unstable.
Good choppy.
How about, is it better now?
Okay now.
I'm hotspotting from my phone. Let me just a little bit.
Brad, it's just a little choppy sometimes, but for the most part, you're coming through.
Okay, thank you. So breakfast at the Arden Park with Rick Orr, then hopping in the plane, the judges and Quinn gets to talk about everything that they're going to be seeing that day, but also getting the bird's eye view. So being able to see the urban forestry, being able to see the park systems, being able to see the Packham Fields, being able to see the whole park system from the, I guess, the bird's eye view. It's really something that I think gives the judges a really good appreciation of our community, and it tells that story before they hit the ground for the day. So they do that. We then are going directly from the airport to Market Square and meeting with Zach Gribble from Destination Stratford. And Zach is going to talk about the Market Square area, but also circling back on our 4 seasons of Stratford. And that is where he's also going to be talking about all the things that our community has had to enjoy during the winter. So all the lights and how much beauty that brought to our community, and how much it was able to be enjoyed by everyone, and how much also impacted in terms of winter tourism. So again, he's going to be talking about that.
Brad, I'm just wondering, there is a special award for winter festivals. And I think we need to look into that and have somebody apply for it, because what Zach's going to be talking about there is perfect. Like, I mean, they've already won awards for it, and I'm not sure when those have to be in, but
End of August. I think it's August 20th.
end of August. Okay.
So I'm glad, Barb, you kind of picked up on my nudge there. Thank you. So I was trying to encourage that as well. But we can talk about that. Yeah, that's new business, is just one of the awards that we want to apply for.
I'll look into it, because I was taking pictures last year with that in mind. So I'll look into it and see when it is.
Okay. So we're going to immediately after Zach, we have the carriage ride, and we have our. So I got some background noise.
Right.
Okay. We have our carriage rides confirmed. John and Lois Thompson are going to have their horse-drawn wagon there, and we have Nancy Musselman, who is going to be our storyteller. So that is the party at 10:30, and we're going to have it for about an hour. And it's a great way, again, for the judges to take in Stratford in a totally unique way, and at the same time get to hear all about our heritage, which is a major component of our judging. So Nancy hopefully will sell the story of Stratford from the history perspective on that. We're then going right to the boat tour, and we have Craig Merkley joining us. Craig is recently retired from the Upper Thames River Conservation Authority. He is our local expert, and we'll be able to talk about environmental awareness in terms of what we're doing there, and how it's making a significant improvement in our watershed. We're going to have lunch at the house. We don't have to go anywhere. And again, this is an opportunity for Craig to continue to talk about that, but I'm open if someone wanted, I know, like, as an example, Sammy Orr isn't around, but if there was somebody here who might also be a guest that could join us, who might fit one of the categories, this is a short window that we could have another guest speaker. I don't have anybody in mind at this point in time. I'm opening it up for anybody that. Kimberly?
What about the youth, the environmental club over at Northwestern?
Yeah, I have no contacts with that, but
No, Cindy, I'm directing that to Cindy, because she had the contact for that.
I did speak to Christine Ritzman about that, and she had spoken to the environmental club. Sammy Orr was away, but she said she could organize something, but I hadn't heard back from her. I can connect with Christine. She would even be a good person,
it would be,
because she's the one that's instrumental in doing all the environmental activities, and she's always posting things about environment in Stratford.
I would love it if we had a younger person.
Okay.
And if Christine was there as the mentor coach of the environmental group, that's perfect as well. We can share what goes on from her world year over year. But right now we're just kind of short on youth involvement in our community. And if there was any way that we could, this would be, a great location.
Well, originally we talked about the judge, and I realize it's time, the judges going to Northwestern to see their but you can't do that now, correct?
No, we
Okay,
just-
so I
if
will
we can-
send a text to Christine as soon as this meeting's over. Can you specifically tell me, so it would be at the boathouse,
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock? And you would like someone from the Echo Club, a youth?
Christine and a youth person. And we would just simply park them with the judges.
Okay. And
They'd
that
get
would
lunch.
be the Wednesday,
That's correct.
And they'll get lunch.
and they get lunch.
They get lunch. Yeah.
Okay, I'll see. Christine had originally said she would do it, but then I didn't reconnect with her. And
Okay.
She's been away actually on holidays, so.
And if you could take that and let me know as soon as possible if that's a go or not. And then if there's any other options, I'd like to have all options on the table right now. Kimberly, I saw you raise your hand earlier. I don't know if you had another idea or recommendation.
I was just gonna suggest about the Boy Scouts, because they do a lot of environmental stuff and they do work for Upper Thames, like to earn their badges and stuff. So maybe that might be an opportunity, but unfortunately, I don't know any Boy Scouts at all. So
So yeah, I think your option is the top choice and probably the best option. I love what the high school does in terms of encouraging environmental awareness at that level and getting youth involvement. It's imperative that we have some kind of show while the judges
Okay.
are here with the youth.
I will text her now, see what's up with that. And then Barb, there's also, if Christine can't, then there's Stuart Wilson too at the intermediate school who does environmental work, so. Right, Barb?
Harvey, you're on mute.
Stuart's actually brought his whole family over to the garden
Yeah.
to work. His little kids helped pull garlic mustard along the forested area. And then they came and helped plant the flowers that Zares brought. So he would be really good to bring his kids, like maybe not for lunch because they're little. But even them presenting the judges with a little flower bouquet or something and just, you know, they
And if
could even come to Ted's garden.
Yeah,
I
that
could
would
ask
be good,
Sue.
Barb, if they were
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But if Christine, for somehow I can't connect with her, I know Stuart does environmental at the intermediate school, so he might be our option if Christine can't find anybody.
I'll leave that with you. If you could send an email.
I'll let you know. Yeah,
I'll start an email thread this afternoon with all the to-dos.
okay,
And if you could just respond to that, that'd be great.
okay.
Okay.
Brad, another thought, I've done it myself. I know it would cost us some money, but if we can't get somebody to pick her up, you could use the Stratford Airporter, which is
Yeah.
another part of Stratford and how we travel.
Yeah, I've got it
And-
as my worst case scenario.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah.
I know, but
Yeah,
if
I'm
it is the
hoping that-
worst case, I mean,
At
they're
worst-
very pleasant and they'll give a tour. They talk a lot about Stratford.
Yeah. No, I know. I've got about 3 different options. I just didn't know if there's a committee member, that's all. At some point, Bernie is on this tour, correct?
I think so. I'm just wondering, it would be great to have him at the lunch too, because he's a real people person that would show the other end of the generations.
I'm happy to have him at dinners and lunches, Barb.
Okay, because
So-
he's a ambassador.
So if he, like, in terms of if he wanted to join us Tuesday for dinner or the Wednesday dinner, I'm okay with that. Bernie does so much for us. So for him to join us at meals, I could, he's a delight. So,
Yes.
He's our honorary committee member and he does so much. So if you wanted to talk to him and see what his schedule is like and just find out where his availability is, that'd be great.
Oh, he'll be there for anything that you invite him to.
Because like I said, we do have spots along the way where I mean, if you want to be on the boat, if you want to be on the carriage ride, I mean, there are some spots for everybody to enjoy. And that's where I'll also ask is who's going to be where, like who's joining us for dinner, who's joining us for lunches. I'll send that out today as well and just fill in the blanks.
Okay.
So after lunch, we're heading over to the Shakespearean Garden, and staff member Ryan Bedford will be giving that tour. That's my favorite garden, and so we'll spend a bit of time there, and then we head out for the afternoon on our Whirlwind Amazing Race tour, and Quinn and I show the judges as much as we possibly can in a couple of hours, because we then need to get them back for their evaluation time. This is where I then open it up and I say, maybe it's the more relaxed here. So this is the job site brewery, where we can have pizza and beer and a much more relaxed place, unless there was something else. And then I'm also, again, opening up evening entertainment. I haven't had a chance to do any research to find out what's available. But just so you know, Chicago is not playing that night. Finally, the next morning is breakfast. It's a morning and away we go, because they have to be on their way at 8:15 to get to Pearson, catch their flight out west. So really our judging, our time with the judges is officially done on Wednesday afternoon. So again, we don't have a whole lot of time, but if there was something that you felt could capture Stratford after the evaluation time, the judges still, nothing's written in pen at that point in time, it's still pencil, so they're able to still make some adjustments. If we win favor with them, they can always add some points. So again, please send me any information that you might have for entertainment. Some of the other notes will be then, if anybody's available to dropping the judges off on Thursday morning. So looking for volunteers for that potentially. We need to look at what would be something fun for the car snacks for when we're picking up Tina. I always try to think, if I was on the plane, that flight, they never really get anything from Ottawa to Toronto. She might be hungry, so what is it that we might want to have in terms of snacks for her? Plus, while they're in the car driving about on Wednesday, so looking for some snacky ideas. Gift basket. I want to thank Linda. Those of you that don't know, and I'm one of those that I did not know, I'll call it the hidden talents. Linda is a very gifted artist, and she is generously donated some gift cards for our judges. That is a brilliant thing in that it's Stratford, and it is also very lightweight, and it's unique, and the judges can easily fit in their luggage. So that is a great gift. Thank you, Linda, for your donation on that, and amazing talent that you have. But still looking for some other ideas on what we could have waiting for our judges. And again, something small. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. I think I saw in the note somewhere about some chocolate. Chocolate is always great. The only thing is it melts if it's not packaged right. So it's again, anything that won't go bad or won't break. Some of my experiences when I judged, and I was given every community you go to, and when you're going to be on the road for 2 or 3 weeks, as these judges are likely to be. Actually, they'll only be 2 weeks. Heavy is a challenge. Things that break are a challenge. So it's just what's small, memorable, and doesn't break. Lightweight. Yeah, I can't say that enough. So, Linda.
The Festival Theatre shop has quite a few nice things in there. I don't know if, they'd say Stratford on them.
Okay. And
what is our budget?
We can we can see what we can, if you had some ideas, and like I say, I'm open to having something. Again, it's something that is specific to Stratford. That's the takeaway, because we don't want to get them something that can just get it at the airport, right? So,
Right.
okay. Again, I'll be wanting to get confirmations from everybody who's going to be at what stops, who's going to be at which dinners, which lunches. I'll be asking for that. Fred Gonder. Do we have confirmation that Fred will be taking pictures, Barb, or you are honorary photographer?
Karis was supposed to get in touch with him, so I'm sure she has. And we can supplement, now that we have cell phones and that, we can all supplement what he does. So, but he needs to know exactly where to be and when.
Yeah, so this itinerary will be finalized very shortly, and we can provide them with this.
Yeah, so
As can we as well, Barb, from the Beacon, whoever might be covering it, it would be great if they identify the location that they might want to meet the judges. So then I can carve out 5 minutes so they can have a conversation with the media.
okay, yeah,
If
I'll
you
talk
look
to
into-
Chris about that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Kimberly?
From an entertainment perspective, there is a self-guided audio walking tour of Stratford. But I don't know, like I know we could probably get the stuff from Destination Stratford, but in regards to the timing and when it gets dark, because it gets dark, what, at 9 o'clock now?
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know.
The other one that I had is we're asking Nancy Musselman to give us a historical tour. She also
Yeah.
does the ghost walk.
That was the other one. Yeah, that ghost tour is really cool. Yeah,
So
it's a lot of fun.
I could see if she wanted to, you know, if she's got time, if we can't come up with anything else, I can ask her and say, hey, we'll do the historical tour on the carriage ride. And if she would have an hour to do a ghost walk, that's always fun. You know, I mean, it kills an hour, and it provides, at the same time, it also gives some history, right? So
That would-
has anybody else done the ghost walk?
Yeah, I've done it.
Just with the judges, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
I've
what?
done it. Yeah, it's cool.
I love it. I love that idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We need one night for sure of entertainment. So maybe the ghost walk. I'll see if Nancy's got time to do a ghost walk. Yeah.
If we're going to be up in that whole Upper Queens Park and all that kind of stuff, maybe as somebody had suggested before about Hannah coming and singing and do some kind of entertainment. So even if we're having dinner at the Arden Park Hotel and then we walk back, right? And we walk back to the Upper Queens, or even back to the Butterfly Garden, which would be great. And maybe Hannah could sing a couple of songs and that would be it. And then we walk back.
Yeah. And we could
And then they
provide
go to
it on
bed
our end.
early and then get up and start at 7:30 and like for 7:30 in the morning the next day.
Yeah. If someone knows Hannah and wants to reach out and see what her schedule is like, and if he wants to give us a couple of options of her schedule, that would be great.
Does
Any
anybody know
volunteers?
Hannah? I don't know her.
I taught her in my last class, but I don't have any contact information, but I'm sure I can find some.
What's her last name, Barb?
Thomas.
Thomas?
Yeah, they live on William Street.
I'll look her up on Instagram. I'm sure she's there.
Yeah, I haven't talked to her, through the years, so, but I could do it if need be.
Yeah, I'll take on that task and reach out for her. And it would be Tuesday night, right? Or that
Actually,
it would be
just
Tuesday.
ask her what her availability is, Kimberly, because maybe if she's, I don't want to pin her to just one time, because I think it would be fun if we could get her Tuesday night would obviously be great. But if there was some flexibility where she said, oh, I'm busy here, if we found out what her options were, we could park her somewhere else if need be. But yeah, I think Tuesday night would be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Brad, did you want, I know you're going to send out this to-do list, but who do you want to book? Like one of us should reach out to the Yard and Park to confirm that we can get the sunroom, and then also connect with the job site to make sure we can have a private area while we're there, and
So
the time that we're going to be there.
yeah, so I've already tentatively got Tuesday. So I'm working with the Arden Park with Lori.
Okay.
She's a catering person, so I've got that taken care of. I can slide by job site today on my way home. Because again, we used them last time, so I can say, hey, can we do what we did 2 years ago? And that's fine. So if I don't mind doing that one.
Well, I can stop too,
Okay.
because it's close to me as well. So I guess what day's today? Thursday? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be there today. I can call him. Why don't I, let me do that, Brad? I'll take care of the job site. You've got lots of other stuff going on.
You're stealing my opportunity to go have a pint.
Oh, as you want a beer? Oh, okay. Well, if you want a beer, don't worry about it. You go ahead and do that and you can have a beer on your way home. The big concern is about the people, like who else is going to be at these dinner things if we're going to pull people in on the Tuesday.
Yeah.
So we know we have Quinn. So then who else is going to be there?
That's where I'm opening this up. Like I'm trying to, like, we have Bernie for our kind of showing our senior involvement. I love to have youth at the boathouse or somewhere else that we could talk about youth involvement. We have very limited, there's no counselors basically around. They'll all be at the in Ottawa for AMO conference. So in terms of Bonnie will hopefully, I'll connect with her, but I want her to talk about environment. I don't know if there's anybody who, I'm trying to think about all the different categories, and that's what we all need to do is think about the different categories. It's, Quinn is great. He can talk about a number of different factors. I can talk about it from the city perspective, but it's way better. We have other people from the community. Obviously, Barb's talking about Bowes Garden, but if there was other people who you felt we could reach out to have them at the Arden for a meal, please again let me know and we can invite them.
What about the lady from the is it Mary Jane that's at the Festival Market Square that does the stuff with Winterfest as well as the garbage
MJ?
can and the pumpkin parade? Isn't she on environmental as
On
well?
feedback.
Yeah, and what about Mike? No, wrong guy. Jeff Love.
You know what? I never thought about MJ. That's it. She also does the Swan Parade, Pumpkin Parade.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and Jeff Love too, because isn't he big part in Cycle Stratford, and then he's also on the environmental part, and I'm on the board with him with Social Planning Council, so as well.
Does someone want to reach out to Jeff? I'll reach out to MJ.
I can email Jeff and just find out to see if he's around.
Yeah, if you could talk about Cycle Stratford that night, that'd be great.
Barb,
Mhm.
what about that fellow that talked about the trees, and you knew him at the CFUW Environmental Summit?
Oh, yeah, he's with the Master Gardeners.
Yeah,
I think his name.
I can't either, but you knew him.
Mhm.
He was pretty good and he spoke really well.
Yeah, and also they have that sale where they're trying to sell more native trees throughout the area, and we could talk a little bit about the pollinator pathway that we have as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess I could find his name from the organizers of that event that we had. If you think he'd be a good person.
Yeah,
So what I'm
he'd
gonna
be
do,
good.
I'll send out the email and I'll put a blank and a ... and you guys can fill in that spot and find out if that individual is available.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I just text Christine and said, remember when I talked to you about Communities in Blue judges and they're coming, and you said that you had a couple of students lined up, so, and I also invited her, so I'll see. Hopefully she responds.
Great. Really.
I'm going to be away, so I will miss this event, which is making me sad when I hear all the plans, but I'd already made my plans a while ago that I was going away, so I won't be at any of the dinners or anything.
Okay.
You will be missed.
Oh, well, I had such a lovely time last time.
I know, it was good. It was a lot of fun.
It was.
Brad, what about the soccer fields with all that work that the youth soccer has done? Because you're gonna be at Packham Road anyways, because they put in that path and they're putting in those, it's like a walking trail and, you know, that's pretty state of the art
It is. And
for
I've got-
Stratford.
Yeah, I've got Quinn obviously able to talk to that, but I don't know if there's anyone from,
Yeah, your friend Mr. Bunting can talk to that.
I'm not sure if Graham is gonna be around or not, but you know what, I should ask. Cause he,
Oh, I
You know what?
guess if he's away, but the
Yeah,
other
you know what?
person that,
I was just talking to him yesterday, and I totally didn't think about it. I'm gonna reach out to Graham, in 10 minutes from now. if I can.
but the other person too is Mike Vancia, because he's the president, right?
Yeah, Graham, and if Graham's not, he'll say Mike and he'll
Yep.
help me with that. Mike Vance.
Yep.
Okay. Yep, got it. Okay, so stay tuned, everybody. Revised itinerary coming through, also with an email of help me fill in the blanks, letting me know who's coming to what functions and any ideas for polls that I have. Kimberly.
I have an idea and I don't know how this would go over. But what if we were to arrange on the Wednesday night or even on the Tuesday night, if the chef school is not working, and have them make their food at the chef school and have Eli teach them, because you get to eat what you make, right?
That would be fabulous.
And it's fun, it's interactive, everybody can do it. We just have to pay for it.
I'm okay with
And
that
it would
idea.
just be a unique experience. And
It's dinner and entertainment.
and it's
Yeah.
and it's entertainment at the same time.
And it's local food too.
And it's all local food.
Yeah.
We could make pasta, they could make Indian, they can do burgers, they can do whatever.
Okay, I'm cool with that idea. Who
So,
wants to look into it?
pardon?
Who wants to look into that?
Okay, I can call the chef school and see
Okay,
about that. I'll ask
Let me
them
know.
and see if they'd be game to doing it just for us.
Yeah.
And there would be what, a dozen people. I'll explain what it's for and see what the team says over there.
Right.
Any promo for them is perfect.
love it. Okay, well, that's what I've got. And like I say, stay tuned. We'll have this updated this afternoon and filling in the blanks over the next week and a half.
Okay.
Good show.
New business, any new business? Seeing none. Upcoming, as we know, the judges are coming, and CIB National Symposium. We have that coming up end of October, and we can talk about that at our next meeting, September 1st. At that time, we also have to do our budget. So Casey and I are going to send out the information to you so that we can have a thoughtful conversation on the 1st, and we'll be done with the judges and we'll be able to recap on that. Really.
Can I just have a quick request, because I'm going to be in Nova Scotia. I'm taking Tanner to school on the 31st to Antigonish. And so can somebody send a reminder so that I don't forget that morning when I get up, because I'm an hour difference, so I'm an hour ahead when I'm in Halifax. So
11.
and I want to make sure that
a.m.
I'm there, because then that's our last meeting until after. And then Casey, do you know who has to apply again for October, no, December, whatever it is?
Are ending are Cindy, Linda, Barb. Those are the only three.
Cindy, Linda, and Barb?
Yeah, so you're okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't mind. I'll make a note and send you a reminder, Kim, that morning.
Yeah, if you can, just because I don't want to miss it, because I know it's important for the budget and all that stuff too.
Thank you for doing that, Casey. Cindy.
I just had an idea, but it sounds like everything's planned, but I also thought John Kastner would be great to give a tour of the Stratford Perth Museum and the outdoor stage. And I just Googled, I thought there was a presentation at the outdoor stage on Tuesday night, but it was Monday night. But there might be something else, and that, you know, that outdoor stage and the nature walk out there and all the history, it might be something. And John would probably keep the museum open if you wanted to do a tour.
Yeah.
I
we
could
did
ask
that.
him. I'm on the board.
Yeah, we did that years ago, and I just didn't know where I could squeeze it in. That was my only problem, Cindy.
I know,
Um,
but it's just something I'm putting out there if you needed something.
Yeah.
It could be
It-
entertainment,
it
right?
could
That's
be-
what I'm
it-
thinking. If
Yep.
it's not
Cindy, if you want to look and see if there's something going on,
Yeah, I did Google. I don't know if there's anything, but I'll look again. But I mean, John Kastner's entertainment in himself.
yes,
He
he is.
could give a really good tour of Stratford and like you could use it as your entertainment if you're stuck.
I
Mhm.
see what you're saying. Going out after dinner.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
to go
Okay,
out
you-
there after dinner.
You know what?
Because now he's got this whole thing called the culture cab going, and they could actually take the culture cab out to the museum.
Yeah.
It's free for anybody that's at the festival. They can take this culture cab out to the museum.
That's a really cool idea. I like that idea. I didn't know.
Yeah,
about
I
that.
think it's up and running now.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Very cool.
so if you're, well, you can let me know and I can contact John, but
Yep.
it's
I've got
just an
John's
idea I
email.
had. It popped into my head.
Great idea. I've written it down. Okay.
Okay, so I'll let you know, and I'm going to send Christine an email. I text her because she communicates with me that way, but I'm going to send an email out to her and include you in it as well.
Please.
And hopefully she can find a student. She was quite gung ho about it in June, so,
Okay. Well, we'll
Okay.
hope that. Thank you.
okay.
Okay. If there's nothing else, I would accept a motion to adjourn.
I'll move
Moved
that
by
we.
Linda and
adjourn.
second by Cindy. All in favor? And that is carried. Stay tuned, everybody. Ask
Thanks,
and send us
Brad, for all
emails
your
over the
work.
next couple of weeks.
Thanks, Brad.
Organizing.
Okay.
Bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone.
Bye.
Talk to you
Bye.
soon.